Hello, we're back with some more Escape from Tarkov, and we're going to continue the quest that we started the other day. Now, we left it off with Prapor at Bad Rep Evidence, and we needed to find the key. Now, I must say I've looked around all over customs, I couldn't really find it, and then I went and played a couple of rounds on factory. Now, as it turns out, the actual key itself spawns in the factory, and this is what he opens. This is also known as the bunkhouse for him, and inside you'll be able to find the 0031 evidence that he's wanting of you. So once you get inside here, just on the table there, you'll be able to find it. Pick it up, make sure you escape with it, because if you die, it's going to require you to do it all over again. But if you haven't got the key yet, then what you do is you come inside the factory. You're going to need a factory key for this. I know that's a bit tricky, and on the ground right there, you will be able to find the key. Now, you may have another key in your inventory called key. That's just because they forgot to actually patch this in, and everything's kind of looking the same as the... Oh, wait, I have that key already, but it doesn't actually open the door. So what they've done today, there was like a mini patch thing where things are called unknown key, or it's called something else. It's no longer called... The bunker key in the woods is no longer called ZB14 key, because that's a different key. So they actually changed the names of the keys a little bit with a tiny little patch today. I think that was done server-sided. So once you've got that, it's all done. Let's go back and accept the next one. So the next one is basically ice cream cones. Well, this was going to be fairly simple because you just need to trade in some mags. And I happen to have those mags on me already. So all you do is you go and hand it over. And that's you completed with a mission. Now, these mags are not the easiest things to find, but you can buy these at Prapor. And he will sell them to you quite early on. I think at level 2 he'll sell these. So as long as you've done 1 or 2 quests for him, then you should be good. As soon as everything's handed up to him, that's it. Press complete and it's done. Press OK, and then we'll move on to the next mission, which is going to be Postman Pat. Postman Pat basically tells you to find a letter on a messenger in the factory. And this woman comes in telling you, no, don't give him that letter. Give it to me instead. So where can you find the letter? Well, the letter itself, you'll be able to find it on the dead scav in the factory, in the little green room, what I call it. Now, it's not going to be in his inventory. It's actually on his sort of chest there, like what his tie would be, or bow tie, whatever you want to call it. So that's where you get it, and get out quick before you die. Because like I said before, if you end up picking one of these things up and you do die, you have to redo it all over again, because even though nobody can loot that thing off you, you still didn't get out with it, and it's not classed as being in your on-raid inventory, so you can deliver it to him. So you come back here, there's nothing that you could do to Prapor, because he doesn't want the letter, she wants the letter, so turn into her, press complete, go back to Prapor, and then that's it, it's done, and you're going to be ready for the next mission. The next mission from Prapor is fairly easy. You need to get yourself 214 key, and inside room 214, inside a cup, a coffee mug on the table, you'll find 203. However, I did find the 203 key in one of the filing cabinets, so it is possible to get it that way if you don't get it in the other room. Once you get inside the room, there's a little sports bag here that you can loot. It might be something decent inside. I once found the gold watch in one of these, which was a quest items back in the alpha days. So who knows, you might get lucky with something like that. But if you haven't got anything interesting, then just go ahead and prone, and right under the bed, it's going to be the case. Pick it up and rush out with it, because you don't want to die with this on, because you'll have to do it all over again. Once you get back to Prapor, just go ahead and hand it over to him. You've done everything you wanted. The 214 key, again, that's another key that you can find really easily in most of the filing cabinets and things like that on custom, so it should be easy enough for you to find. You don't really have to have it, you just need to get the 203 key. So then that's going to be the last mission for Prapor. So that being said, let's move over to Skier and see what he's got for us. So the next thing that we want to do is we want to find USB flash drives with information. Now, I've already found mine. I've done it sort of the other way around, but you get yourself onto woods just behind the lumber mill here, and just in front of me, where my foot is, at the entrance of that tent, there's going to be a flash drive right there on the ground. You pick it up, you examine it. I've seen this before because I remember back in the alpha, this used to be a spawn for flash drives. So it only makes sense that the flash drives would spawn in that one particular location. Now, he's not going to glow, he's not going to flash, he's not going to do anything for you. What you need to do is you need to do this twice. So you pick one up, you go and exit, and you come back again, and then you deliver both. to skier, and that's it, your mission's complete. Now remember, you may have to rush this a bit quicker than somebody else because people will try and rush it. So if you don't find anything there, don't assume he hasn't spawned. Maybe somebody was there already and took it from you. Next thing we're looking at is the golden Zippo lighter, and leave the lighter in a bunkhouse trailer parking in customs. So with this one, it's going to be a little tricky, and this is going to take some time for you, but it's a nice reward as an AS Val. It's quite a nice gun. So instead of looking for that key anywhere else, what you need to do is you need to get yourself to factory and start killing scavs. That's one way to kill a scav. I think he was just hovering there. But while you're killing some scavs, you might come across one of these guys. There'd be a nice surprise while you're looking for your key. We've got some fort armor instead. Still not bad. So the fort armor does exist. It is there. So once you've killed a lot of scavs, and eventually the 303 key will spawn on one of them, you'll be able to find it in his backpack or inside his pockets. Get yourself back into customs, all the way back up to the top floor. And on the top floor, just on the right here, you will be able to find 303 room. Once you've gone to open the door, go ahead and close the door behind you, just in case somebody's got the same idea and is going to try and rush. You may have the better stamina than he does, but he might even come here all the way. If he sees the door closed and he doesn't have the key, he might not even think that somebody's in there, so he'll give you a better chance for you to try and get out with the loot that you're going to get out of this room, which is going to be the gilded golden Zippo lighter. Sadly, not really much in there for me. You look on the table, there's not really much there, just a kettle and some stuff, but right on the table there is your golden lighter. You go ahead and pick it up, and that's going to be it. Now, the next thing you're going to need is you're going to need a key to open that room where he wants you to leave that golden lighter. So you come inside this, I call this the M4 room. Now, right there on the ground, you'll be able to pick this up. Now, this is a key that you'll find different. As I mentioned earlier on about that patch, this is going to be called something different. So even though you may have the cabin key in your inventory, this is still called cabin key, but I think the description is just a little bit different from it. So this is where you'll be able to find it. Make sure you stick that into your gamma because you don't want to lose that, because without that key, you're not actually able to finish the mission. And you can see why I call this room or this building the M4 building, because there is a chance of an M4 spawning there for you. So I was looking for that key. I did actually get an M4. Now once you've got everything done and you're ready for this, you'll be able to come here to this shack right on spawn. Basically this is the PvE spawn where you spawn in on single player. Now the thing is, what I would do is I actually went and got the key first. I got the key in my gamma, then went, got the Zippo lighter, came back here, which is quite tricky because everybody's sort of going against you, so you'll be trying to sneak past people to get back into the spawn. So it's going to be a little bit weird for you to go all the way to the end of customs and then come all the way back, but still, that's the way to do it. Now we're moving on to the next mission. Once the golden swag is complete, we're moving on to another mission called Chemical Part 1. Now this is what Skier wants. He wants you to find some information, he wants you to find all sorts of other cool stuff like that. But before you actually start the mission, Prapor cuts in and tells you, wait, I know something, I can tell you some information if you do something for me. So if you do that thing for him, he's basically going to tell you where you can find the guy that Skier's looking for, which is quite nice to give you a bit of a hint, because most of these things kind of have no sense to them. You just sort of look around. So you basically go around and you have to kill 20 scavs, and once you kill 20 scavs, you go back to Prapor, and Prapor is basically going to tell you where you can find the guy that the Skier's looking for. I must say, I really love these quest, Easter eggs, tasks, however you want to call them. I think they went to some real depth here and made sure that you're going to sort of struggle to get these done. And it's something that they said, it's not going to get done in a day. They don't want you to finish these in a day. They want you to finish these in a week, 2 weeks, or something like that. You know, you shouldn't be done. I mean, the patch came out Sunday night in Europe, and it's basically Tuesday, and we're nearly done with everything. So that just goes to tell you that the community is out there trying to get them as quick as they can. Armed with that kind of information, you find yourself on the extraction here, between the second and third extraction. To my left there, it's the factory key spawn. To my right is basically the middle extraction, so you can just extract there. And inside this train is evidence that somebody actually lived here on the rough. So if you look around, you're not going to be able to find much, but if you get a certain angle, you can actually find something right underneath there, which is the 220 key. Now the room 220, it's fairly easy enough to find, but I'm guessing that you have to find it here in order for this to work. I didn't have it in my inventory, so I don't know. So once you get this key and you come into 202 room, you'll be presented with a ZB key and a picture of the bunker in the woods. Now you're probably thinking, well, that's going to be fairly easy. So you go in the woods, go into the bunker that's just before the last scav house before you exit, and that's going to be it there. But as it turns out, it's not actually there. It's back in the same train cart where the first key was. So it's right in that corner. If you just hover there, you'll be able to see the documents. You pick them up after looking in the woods for so long, and then you finally finish that mission, and that is Chemical Part 1. Hopefully that helps you along your way. It did take me quite a long time to find, but they're really awesome, and I'm really looking forward to doing more. If you enjoyed it, give the video a thumbs up, post a comment, and I'll see you in the next one.